Hi you guys, this is Jamie from Whatever's Clever Boutique, and today we're going to make this gorgeous jewel tone geode tumbler. This is a fun technique that I just don't use very often and really should, because I always love the outcomes of these tumblers. And I will have everything that I use listed and linked in the description box below, as well as some coupon codes. So we're going to go ahead and start with a 32-ounce plump from the Tipsy Magnolia and this gorgeous Glamour Tribe vinyl called Opal Rocks. And that is going to be the base of our tumbler. So we're going to start by cutting off all that excess on the vinyl. Then we're going to go ahead and wrap that around the tumbler. And I'm just going to do a little cut with my scissors at the top there to cut the excess vinyl that we're going to save for maybe a future project. Now, as always, I'm going to do the hinge method here. So I'm going to pull back some of this vinyl since we're doing a full wrap. And to do so, we cut a piece of that backing off and then place it back on the vinyl. Now we're going to take that vinyl and we're going to wrap it around the tumbler to our liking, straight of course, and then we're going to push off that excess backing that we had trimmed away, and that's going to give us that perfect straight line to then go ahead and take our big squeegee and press the vinyl all the way around the tumbler. Once we get it wrapped around the tumbler, I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and cut right down that line. And this vinyl is super thick, so it does take some pretty good pressure here. Now I'm just going to press down that top of the rim as well as the bottom. Again, this thick vinyl really doesn't want to sit perfectly flat on any curve. So I go ahead and take my edging tool from Cami Page Boutique and just cut off that top and bottom. And I did have to go around it quite a few times with some pretty heavy pressure to get that vinyl to cut all the way through. Once we get all of that excess off, we're going to go ahead and go in with just one coat of epoxy before we move in with our spray paint. And I have 3 color shop paints here. I have Black Tie Affair, Head in the Clouds, and Mermaid. And here I'm just trying to decide which way I want to layer the spray paints. So I decided to go with the black first, then the white, and then the teal. Now we're going to take our acetone and our rubbing alcohol, and we're going to go ahead and start with the acetone. This is going to wipe away all of the paint. So we want to use this first to get all of our big sections kind of carved out, if you will, with our rag. So I'm going to continue to do this all the way around until I have everything exposed that I would like. This is super repetitive, so I went ahead and skipped through here a bit, but now we're going to move on to our rubbing alcohol. And what this is going to do is clean up all of that cloudiness that the acetone left. So this isn't going to necessarily remove paint, but it's going to clean up and just kind of give more of that rustic feel when you go over those spray painted sections. So as you can see here, I'm just cleaning up that cloudiness off of the vinyl parts of the tumbler. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the actual spray painted part of the tumbler. And I'm just going to rub kind of hard, but not super hard, hard enough that it's going to remove some of that upper layer of spray paint. And it's going to give more of that white spray paint a forefront of the tumbler. As you can see here, I'm kind of pressing hard and it's exposing some of that white and some of that black without going all the way through to the vinyl. So I continue to do that all around the tumbler until I get the rustic geode look that I'm going for. And here's what I ended up with. Now you can do as much or as little of your rustification as you would like, but that is just my liking. So now we're gonna go in with another coat of epoxy. Before we take this vinyl element sheet from Peachy Olive Glitters, and it is just a floral outline. And this isn't going to be an in-your-face type of design as far as the florals go. It's just gonna be an additive. It's just gonna add a little bit of texture, and when you're up close, it's like, oh, that's really cool. I really like that outline. But it's not shocking and taking away from our gorgeous geode look that we already have on the tumbler. Once we get all of our flowers on, we're gonna go in and do our glitter booty. We're gonna start with some UV resin, and then the two glitter colors I chose are Charlotte and Iris, both from KSRESIN. And we're gonna go ahead and mix each of those in with a little bit of epoxy. Once we get those all mixed up, we're going to go ahead and take the turquoise and we're going to just put that in that outside cavity of our booty. Then we're going to take our purple and do the same in the center cavity. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my lighter to pop any air bubbles, and then we're going to go ahead and cure that for about 90 seconds. Once that's all cured, we're gonna take our last little floral on our sheet here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place that right in that center cavity, and then take my X-Acto knife and cut off any of the excess. Take our logo tag from Mizzy Doodles, and I'm just going to remove that backing piece before I go in with my Posca paint pen and paint in that engraving on the back side to really make those letters pop. Then we're going to go ahead and remove that front protective layer, and then place just a little dollop of UV resin on the center of our booty. And then we're going to go ahead and cure that before we go in with our final layer of just plain UV resin, which is going to seal in all of that gorgeous design. Once our glitter booty is all finished, we're gonna go in with two final coats of epoxy. And I did add just a little bit of, I believe it was Echo from KSRESIN. It's just a glitter additive into my first of the two final coats of epoxy, just to give it a little more shimmer. I am so happy with how this turned out. This vinyl is absolutely stunning in the sunlight. As you can see there, it puts off a gorgeous rainbow holographic look. And I just hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I will talk to you guys again soon.